The room was tense from the very start. The teacher's heels clicked sharply on the floor as she stopped in front of Jason's desk. Her arms were crossed, her eyes narrowed like she had already judged him guilty of something. "Stand up," she demanded, her voice cutting through the silence. Jason slowly rose, his hoodie hanging loose, his gaze calm but firm. "What did I do this time?" he asked, his tone steady. The class leaned in, sensing trouble. The teacher smirked. "You think you're clever, writing answers on your sleeve during my test?" Jason lifted his arms, showing nothing but plain fabric. "Check again. Or are you just making things up now?" Gasps rippled through the room, but the teacher didn't flinch. She leaned closer, her voice dropping to a hiss. "You don't belong here. Kids like you. Always trouble." Jason's jaw clenched, but he didn't look away. "Maybe the problem isn't me," he replied. The class sat frozen, unsure who would win this standoff. Her glare deepened as she grabbed Jason's notebook and slammed it open on the desk. Cheating notes. Right here. But the page was blank except for his messy handwriting of math steps. The students shifted, whispering, realizing her accusation was collapsing. Jason tilted his head. "That's just algebra, not a crime." The teacher's lips trembled before she snapped the book shut. "Enough! Office, now!" He walked forward calmly, his eyes never leaving hers, while the class buzzed with curiosity. As Jason left, a boy muttered under his breath, "Why does she hate him so much?" No one answered. The hallway was quiet, but Jason could still feel her stare burning into his back. As if this wasn't about cheating at all, it was about control. The principal was waiting at the end of the hall, arms folded, a forced smile on his face. "Jason," he said smoothly, "we've had many reports about you. Disruption, disrespect, lies." Jason raised an eyebrow. "Reports? From who? Your favorite teacher?" The principal's smile faltered, but he quickly waved it off. "You see, this school runs on discipline. If you can't follow rules, maybe you don't belong here." Jason took a slow breath, his mind racing. Then he pulled out his phone and held it up. "Funny thing, this has been recording since class started." The principal stiffened. "What?" Jason pressed play, and the hallway filled with the teacher's voice, calling him a cheat without proof. "You set me up," Jason said, his voice calm but sharp. "But maybe you picked the wrong guy to frame." The principal's eyes darkened, his polished mask cracking just a little. Students passing by slowed down, their curiosity pulling them closer. Jason's words echoed louder than he expected. "Truth doesn't need permission to be heard." The principal's jaw tightened. "Turn that off." His command carried no weight. Jason kept the phone steady. "Why are you so afraid of the truth being seen?" A few students exchanged looks, whispering. For the first time, the authority in that hallway didn't feel like it belonged to the adults. The principal stepped forward, lowering his voice. "You don't know what you're messing with, boy. This school isn't just a building. Everything here runs because of me." Jason's heart thudded, but he forced himself not to step back. "Or maybe it runs on fear," he shot back. The teacher appeared at the end of the hall, her arms crossed but her face uneasy now. Jason held the phone higher. "Everyone's watching now. You can't erase this." The principal's lips twitched into a smile, but it wasn't friendly. "Then I guess we'll have to make sure you disappear before it spreads." A hush fell over the hall, and for a second even the air felt dangerous. Jason blinked, stunned by the threat, but he didn't lower the phone. "Disappear? Over a math test?" His words carried a sarcastic edge, but deep down, his chest tightened with unease. The principal smirked. "You think this is about a test? You don't know the half of it." Students nearby froze in place, sensing something bigger unfolding. Jason's grip on his phone tightened as the teacher stepped closer, her voice low and cold. "You should have stayed quiet. Now you'll regret it." Jason swallowed hard, but then he said clearly, "Funny thing, I don't scare easy." The principal's smile flickered for the first time, his confidence rattled by Jason's refusal to break. More students had gathered, whispering, recording on their own phones. Jason looked at them, then back at the adults. "Guess the school finally has an audience," he said. For a moment, no one moved. Then, with a snap of his fingers, the principal ordered, "Take him!" 2 security guards stepped from the corner, and the hallway erupted in gasps. Jason's eyes darted between the guards as they closed in, but instead of stepping back, he planted his feet firmly. Touch me and this video goes everywhere, he warned. His phone screen glowed, the live stream already rolling. Comments flew up in real time. Is this real? That kid's in danger! Expose them! The guards hesitated, glancing at the principal for direction. The teacher hissed, "Shut it down before he ruins everything!" But Jason's voice grew stronger, steadier. You wanted me silenced. Instead, the world is listening. The principal's face flushed red as he barked, "Cut the Wi-Fi!" A ripple of laughter came from the students watching. Jason smirked. Too late. It's on cellular. The crowd of kids cheered under their breath, their phones also recording. For the first time, Jason wasn't the one cornered. The adults were. The principal's hand trembled as he pointed at him, his voice shaking. You don't know what you've done. Jason's reply was quiet but sharp. No, you don't know what you've been caught doing. The teacher lunged toward Jason, but a group of students instinctively stepped between them. Leave him alone, one shouted. The balance had shifted. Jason's phone screen lit up with thousands now watching. He angled it at the principal. Tell them why you're so afraid of the truth, he demanded. Harris, finally named by a student whispering, froze. His carefully built image as the respected leader cracked as murmurs filled the hall. He's hiding something. Why is he scared of a kid? Jason didn't blink. You said this school runs because of you. Then maybe people should know what you've really been running. Harris's smile dropped completely, his breathing uneven. The teacher tried to regain control. Students, go back to class, but nobody moved. Jason leaned in just enough so his words cut sharp. All those threats, all that power. It ends today. The silence stretched before the sound of sirens pierced the air outside, drawing every eye to the front doors. The door swung open with a sharp creak, and two uniformed officers stepped inside. Their presence silenced the entire room. Every student sat frozen, eyes darting from Jason to Harris. The principal's voice wavered as he forced a smile. Officers, perfect timing. This boy is disrupting the school and... But the taller officer raised a hand, cutting him off. Mr. Harris, we're not here for the student. A hush fell so deep you could hear the buzz of the ceiling lights. Jason lowered his phone slowly, his pulse hammering, while the live stream audience exploded with shocked comments. Harris stammered, What do you mean? This is my school, my authority. The officer pulled out a folder and held it up. We received multiple reports of misconduct, falsified documents, and illegal land acquisition connected to your name. Murmurs erupted among the students, some covering their mouths in disbelief. Harris's face drained of all color as sweat glistened on his forehead. He tried to laugh, but it came out broken. That's ridiculous, lies! Someone's framing me! The shorter officer stepped forward. We have signatures, phone records, and witness statements. You'll need to come with us. Jason's lips curved into the faintest smile, the weight on his chest lifting. Harris's eyes darted around the room, searching for support, but every student stared back with cold, betrayed silence. Harris stumbled as the officers took his arms, his voice breaking into desperate shouts. You can't do this! I built this school. I'm the one in charge. His words echoed off the classroom walls, but no one moved to defend him. Even the strict teacher who had once stood behind him kept her gaze fixed on the floor, shame burning in her face. Jason stepped forward, holding his phone high so the live stream caught every second. You said I had no right to be here. Turns out you had no right to this place at all. The officer nodded at Jason with quiet respect before escorting Harris through the stunned hallway. Students leaned out of classrooms, whispering, recording, capturing the downfall of the man who once ruled them with fear. As the doors slammed shut behind him, the weight that had hung over the school lifted like a heavy curtain. Jason took a deep breath and looked at his classmates. For the first time, their eyes weren't filled with judgment or doubt, but pride. A girl in the back whispered, He saved us. Jason turned off his phone, finally allowing himself a small laugh. Funny thing, he said softly. Truth doesn't need permission to be heard. The room erupted in quiet cheers, not for revenge, but for justice finally catching up. Outside, the flag swayed in the wind, a reminder that power can be abused, but it can also be taken back when someone dares to stand tall.